This one's for the Jesus one.
Oh, I don't know about that. Hormoz, count us in.
Panj, Chahar, Se, Do, Yek, Befarmoin!
Ah, that was scary as usual. Hey, welcome to the Dogs of Browntown. I'm Saul Trujillo, your hostess with the mostest. Next to me is not Joel Jimenez. One more time, he hates us. We
got the great Sam Tripoli, baby!
Dog? Come on, man.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you're fucking here. I'll be honest with you. I respect you that much.
Dude.
You're in our fucking Hormoz's backyard.
I like the young guys.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Sam is the nicest person in the world. Sam is the reason I'm in at the store so much.
Oh,
Because I met Sam when I first moved to LA. Just, he was so friendly and nice to me. I told him I'm Hormoz, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I don't want to disrespect the store. Where's somewhere I can go smoke weed? He takes me to the back to Sacred Ground, introduces me to Hinchcliffe and Rick Ingram and Pete
Savages.
And he's like, hey, smoke with this guy. He's a good guy. And then I had friends at the store, and everybody was nice to me.
What year was this?
2011?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
So I probably went somewhere and did blow.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You're wrong. Hey, you got a sympathy.
Here you go, smoke me over there. I'm going to go upstairs and do blow.
Without a
And
doubt.
bang some chuckle.
Without a doubt.
In retrospect, he's like, I don't remember doing that. To be
Yeah,
honest
I
with you.
know. People do that, say it all the time. I'm like, hey, I'm sure I did, dude. Sure I
being a
I
did.
was
Guy on
drunk,
coke?
dude. I was having a good time.
I was having a great time. Was Joe back by then? No.
No.
So it was still somewhat dead. It was the
It was
dead
dead.
period.
Yeah, it was dead.
Great, dude.
But it was
that was the
also-
most artistic time ever because the inmates were running the asylum. Mitzi was running it, but she really wasn't.
Yeah.
And you could just go up there and just work it out, dude. And then Joe came back, and that was a golden era. But it everyone just started just doing this just their greatest hits. So
Right.
it changed.
Right.
Oh.
Right. It became a showcase club
yeah.
more
Yes.
than a workout club.
It used to be an indie studio. And you can just go, the industry never showed up.
Yeah.
I love Jim Brewer. There's a great Jim Brewer story. I'm a big fan of his, man. But he called up Mitzi. He's like, hey, I'm Jim Brewer. I'm on Saturday Night Live. I do Goat Boy. I'd love to play your club. She goes, I don't give a fuck, and hung up on him. And that was the comedy store, dude. That was
Yeah.
the comedy store. The industry didn't show up, so you could work it out,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And now it's
Now.
like, yeah.
Also, I remember everybody else around me had an experience where it was mean. They were like, Tony's mean, Benji's mean, Rick Ingram's mean. They were like, you do the open mic and they're just mean to you.
There used to be these four guys.
They were like, they would say something mean, but they would always say something nice and then bring me up. Like, they'd
Yes.
be like, this guy's a piece of shit, blah, 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 but he's kind of funny. And then and that's a great intro.
Yeah.
You know?
It was New York, and that there when I got to just after I got there were like four guys: Nick Youssef, Ari Shafir, Dave Taylor,
Yeah.
and I forgot who the last guy was, but there were four of them, and they were just assassins, bro.
Yeah.
They were just, you'd walk in, just be like, they would just be hitting you. And it's changed a little bit, good and bad, but
It's
like,
nicer.
it is nicer. I like.
Society's nicer. That's why. You
I
feel
hope we
that?
get back to shit talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
Yeah.
it feels nicer because it forces, I feel forced to be nice sometimes.
Yeah. Here's what I think about young comics right now. You guys are much better writers than we were. I think we were just a little bit more crazy. I think you guys are more ready for the industry than we were. I think we were a lot more crazy and pushing the envelope.
Well, that's learning from you guys, though.
Yeah.
We learn from your guys' successes and your mistakes. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then we're learning to write, and then
You guys are great writers. You guys are way better writers than we were, than when we were coming up.
y'all were better performers, though.
Yeah, I think that's true. And we took more chance. I think cancel culture scared a lot of people back in the day. I think it's dead, but I think that it's like the shadow in the cave on everything. Like, oh, am I going to get canceled for that? And you're not that important. So it's like, just go up there and have fun. But I think what you guys do is great. I think it's fun. It's fun to watch young guys. The door guys definitely come up a lot more polished than the guys that were like with me. You know, we were learning on the fly. But I used to love to go up. What I'd do is I'd wear my shirt, I'd sit everybody, and then I would go sit next to the woman's bathroom that was in the hallway. And just camp and just hit on chicks.
Yeah.
And then I would go up on stage in my shirt and just fucking crush, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I used to love going up on my shirt and crushing people.
Same.
Dude.
Or like after the show, like you would do like they would throw me up on like Vargas's bringer show or whatever, and everybody would be just garbage bringers.
Yeah.
And then I'd go up at the end and just crush, and then be taking the garbage out as people are like, "Yo, you're my favorite." I'm like, "Thanks," and I'm throwing trash out.
I used to love that. I used to valet at the Standard Hotel.
Okay.
And this was when
Rest in
Eddie
peace.
Griffin would do 4 hours on stage.
Yo, was that for real?
Oh yeah, bro.
Is that for real?
He would bring like 20 people with him. The room would be packed, and by the end, it was just the people he brought. And I would have to get off stage,
It's so annoying.
go home, and then show up at my work at like 7, 8 in the morning. And I would because I was a bellman too, I'd show up at the room and I'd knock on the door. They'd answer like, "Hey, dude, you're the guy at the Comedy Store." I'm like, "Oh, this sucks, bro." And that was it, dude. It was a crazy time there, dude. It was great.
That does feel weird because a little bit makes you feel like, oh, that felt great, like at your job, but at the same time, you're like, fuck.
And people who are staying at the Standard are going to the store.
Yeah,
it's like
all the time.
crossover is like a lot.
Well, that's a big reason why the store will always be good is because it has all those hotels right around it.
Yeah.
It will always draw from that.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So was like
Is Armenians in the Browns, by the way? Are we considered
Doug,
Browns?
yeah, Doug.
Who's Armenian here? You're Armenian, dude. Lost Tribes of Israel. That's a lot of people think we're the Lost Tribes of Israel. And now I just heard we might be the original Cherokee, dog.
what?
What? Hold on.
Wait, what the fuck?
Armenians are the
Hold
original
on now.
Cherokee.
Yeah, dude, because
I like how you went right into it, man.
Yeah,
That was
dude,
fucking great.
because I get people coming on my show all the time. They're just talking about hidden history. Like Dr. Drew thinks we're the Lost Tribe.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And that's we can get into some deep shit right there, but someone just told me that we were Cherokee too. I'm like, give me my check, dog.
Well, I don't get wherever you guys are from. How come you guys
I don't think
always
you're Cherokee,
you're
Dougie.
elderly? You're always at the same Ross that I fucking go to.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They just let them
right?
loose like it's
Yeah.
a daycare.
Yeah, it's so
They're just
funny.
cutting in line all the time, and they're very mean.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know why you guys can't just let as our bygones be bygones.
That's
God damn it, man.
Well played
God
there.
damn it.
Well played there.
That's Hormoz right there.
Yeah, Azerbaijan, you motherfuckers. Israel selling them f***ing weapons. Like, what are we doing here, dude?
Yeah,
But
it's
I
all
think
the-
the
it's all
world,
the same.
we live in a haunted house, and that area is just way more haunted
Stay
than
out of
everywhere else.
that. Stay out of the base.
Right? It's just like it's like Mesopotamia.
But you know
dude.
what's
You look at
crazy
that,
is
it's old
like
Mesopotamia.
the kid was killed in Germany, but the ghosts are haunting the Middle East. Isn't
Well,
that weird?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And,
at
and
all.
what's beautiful about what you guys are talking about is I'm just a Mexican idiot. I don't educate myself with anything. So the genocide, the Armenian genocide, is just those are just two words to me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't go back and look at the history.
Right,
For
right.
me, it's just like dudes in BMWs honking their horn.
Yeah, with
and
their
blocking
flag.
Hollywood
Yeah,
traffic.
yeah, yeah.
That's all it is to me. So like, so what is the Armenian genocide?
Well, the Bolshevik Turks just murked
Okay.
because they're fighting over that land. They genocided 1 million Armenians, and that was like what Hitler said he based his Holocaust on.
Whoa.
Yeah, but you know the Jewish Holocaust isn't even top 5 anymore. So I mean, if we're power ranking Holocaust,
Let's power rank Holocaust.
Hold on. Let's power rank
the
Holocaust.
Holocaust. Number 1, Mao's Chinese Holocaust. The Cultural Revolution murked 1 million Chinese. Number 2, Stalin in Russia murked
Yeah, but
like
they were Russians though.
yeah,
So
but
it's like, eh.
50 to 70 million people. Number 3,
Whoa.
Bill Gates' COVID vaccine, 30 mil, excessive death. Bah, 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 bah. Number 4, King Leopold in Africa, 19 mil. And then number 10, Bolshevik Jews on Russian Christians. And then it's a tie now, basically between Hitler and George Bush Jr.
Hey, where's X? Is X still in the room?
X gonna give it to you.
Can we monetize this episode at all?
Are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
We'll bleep the first 10 minutes.
Just bleep the Jew part. The rest of it shit's probably fine.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about
right. As Dave Chappelle says, it's just a coincidence. Right?
Oh boy! Oh man, I'm not gonna have a career no more. I don't have a
No,
management
dude, you're
part.
crushing it.
Yay,
You're
Jews.
super funny.
Hold on now. I gotta do some damage control.
Okay.
Yay, Jews. All right,
Yay,
we're back
Jews.
in it.
Yay,
We're
Jews.
back
We're back in
dude.
it.
Palace what?
God damn
I'm
it.
with you, dude.
Oh fuck. Well, hey, how like obviously you have how often is the Tinfoil podcast? Does that get like taken down at all? Do you have problem with like censorship?
yeah.
Yeah, my question is with that. Like, do you have how big of an issue is censorship with you?
Well, you know, like Donald Trump just gave this fire speech
I saw
about
it. I
ending
saw the-
shadow
yeah,
banning,
I
and
saw
like
that.
I was like, please, God,
How many times have you been shadow banned?
dude, this is so interesting. I had a pronoun bit. Did anyone hear my pronoun bit about what my pronouns are? It involves the M word, and I'm not gonna say because people have already been upset. But so I put it out. The internet goes nuts. And it's so funny because people are just calling me going, hey, dude, I just want to let you know I love you. And I just think you're a great person. I'm like, what's going on? I don't even know what's going
Are
on.
you breaking up with me?
Yeah, I know, like, why? Apparently, a bunch of ugly, unsuccessful open micers didn't like the bit, right? So I put on Twitter, I get 50,000 views on Twitter. I'm like, okay. This twink quote tweets it. Puts, I don't even know. I can't even, dude. Do you know how many views that tweet got? 14 million views. I can't get that. Can't get close to that with my own fucking shit. He had 50 followers on Twitter when he did that. He made so much money on that tweet. That's how it is, you know? So, I mean, people take my content, chop it up, put it out, get tons of views. I put it out, get nothing, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm right about everything. It just, like, I always say, watch Tinfoil Hat today to hear the news of 6 months from now. What everybody's talking about 6 months from now. Because we always put it out first. But it sucks. Like on Instagram, I posted something, immediately took it down. They dinged me. I'm like, it's not even up. It was taken down. Nope. So it's like, you know, we were talking about ads, putting ads on Meta.
Yeah.
Like I would literally do like $300 in ads and we'll come back and use $10 of it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Right? Right?
That's crazy.
It's nuts to me to the point where they won't even let me do.
I
they
feel
won't
like I'm
take my
shadow banned, but
money.
not like that. Mine, they take my money. They take my meta
You're
money.
fine.
Yeah,
You're
they're like,
fine.
we'll take your meta money.
You're fine.
They just don't let me get any views outside of my followers.
Yeah, that's shadow ban.
Yeah.
That's what you are. Only your followers can see you,
Yeah.
and they don't even recommend it.
Yeah.
And like Zuckerberg, who's like, I'm gonna be a fucking libertarian, is like he's got his hand, the finger on comedy, dude. Who he lets get seen and who he doesn't.
Right, that's crazy.
It's totally crazy. You know, and Jimmy Dores said the best. He goes, you know, it's like the phone company in the 70s and 80s telling you can't use your phone for your business. Like, imagine if they told you in the 70s, 80s, you cannot use a
Yeah.
phone. Your business would die.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing
Yeah.
with us. And like,
yeah, it's literally a utility to us.
it really is, especially when you see that it's been funded by the CIA and the FBI. And that whole movie with the fucking Facebook is just a complete propaganda. It's not even real. But anyways, comedy.
Do you guys think Trump's going to make meta ads great again?
We'll see if he even gets there. It's going to be, next 3 months, going to be nuts, bro. It's going to be.
What are the things that you think that he's going to fix first? Or he should think and then probably should.
I think you're going to see a giant pullback on war.
Okay.
I think he's
Which
gonna-
is great. That's fantastic.
I think we're not
So
going to fund the
Ukraine money,
Ukraine
yeah.
anymore. I think that's
I
done.
think a lot of illegal immigrants are going to be rounded up.
I think it's going to be
I think that's gonna be
interesting. I
part
don't
of
know what that is. I have a lot of friends of
that's-
mine that their friends are illegals. They're very nervous, and I could understand
Yeah.
that. I think they want to go after like Venezuela. They just emptied their prisons and sent them here. So I think those are the people they want to get rid of, right? But I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that.
I
My
would be
parents were
worried
my great grandparents were immigrants. You know, immigrants are great. There just needs to be a proper way of doing it. You know.
Yeah.
And
it's funny because we're all immigrants, right?
It's
But it's like, and my family is all immigrants, but my family's all immigrants who, as soon as they got in, they wanted the door shut. Right.
Well, everyone's like, dude, crazy people are coming.
Yeah.
Shut the door.
Yeah, right.
Shut the door.
Now that we're in,
listen,
shut that fucking door, dude.
The only
This
people
place is nice. They're gonna ruin it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's always the reaction.
Yeah, because they're all coming from fucking Marxist, communist fucking places. And, you know, it's just like the only people that should be allowed into this country are hot chicks and dudes with big dicks for the chicks. Mm-hmm. And if you're a hot chick with a big dick, you go to the front of the line.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it goes, bro.
Shit.
That's progressive as shit right
Yeah,
there.
there we go.
That's progressive as shit.
Look, I mean, I'm a Mexican person. I've got a bunch of, family members that are, and
There's probably a Saul Trujillo who's here illegally that's gonna get deported, and you might get caught up with him, dog.
I have all my documents, and I'll show them properly. I'm like, here you go. And I got backups of my documents. I have a white wife. I have a white wife. I got one. You think I'm gonna get a Mexican one? Fuck that. I'm trying to cover all my bases. I have Kaiser Permanente, friend. We're different.
Yeah, an anchor lady. When you marry a white woman, it's called an anchor lady.
Dude, you're going to do voiceovers. I can tell. You're going to, dude.
For like children's shows.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And weird adults film shit.
Yeah. We're gonna, like, your kids are gonna have a doll that you squeeze, and it's Will's voice saying, "I love you."
Yeah. You're gonna make a lot of money doing that.
It's funny because I think I'm the only person who's accepted the fact that it's like, if however society is gonna be, whether it goes, the borders closed up or the borders open, like, I mean, the cartel's gonna find ways to get these people in here.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, how deep does the conspiracy go? How connected is everybody? You know, I mean, I've been studying this shit. The cartels, they're connected to the intelligence agencies.
They have to be, right?
It's like they all play and the weirdest shit, dude. The weirdest shit is like the original intelligence agency is the Jesuits, who are with the Roman Catholic Church. If you study all the crime organizations of like the West, which is Europe, North America, South America, they're all Catholics.
Yeah.
So like the Catholics
And
started
Saul.
the
people who did the
Jesuit,
Inquisition.
started the original intelligence agencies, and are basically all of the crime organizations, to the point where you're like, did they just stop being? Did Rome just stop being an empire and just become a bunch of churches? And that's so much easier to manage,
Right.
right? I mean, think about the Italians, the Latins, the Irish, the British. They're all fucking Catholics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Father
it's like, let 'em
Tom,
think.
I knew Father Tom. He played ukulele.
Yeah.
They're all doing things.
We all had a guy molesting us. I almost got molested
It's
by
called being made
Father
love
Dan.
to, Sam.
I got felt up by Larry Watts.
Who?
Larry Watts, the local pedophile. And I almost got molested by Father Dan. It didn't happen.
Wait, what did you do? Did you
So
stop
close.
it? Or
No, we just all got in a jacuzzi with him, and it just didn't happen. I always say it's because I'm a grower, not a shower, and that's why. And you say it on stage, people get quiet, but I think it's lit. If I would have had banana dick, it probably would have been a different way.
nah, man, you can't just get into a jacuzzi with a priest and assume you're gonna get molested.
But it was different times. We didn't think anything.
You know what sucks for priests who aren't molesters is they can't use jacuzzis like normal people.
They can't do anything. They can't do nothing. That
Like
makes
if you're
them
just
sound-
like, you literally are like, I'm not gonna fuck anybody. I'm gonna be fucking.
You
know,
can't drive a
priest.
van. You can't go to theme parks. You can't go to regular parks. You have to do not molesty shit as a priest.
Man.
Eyes on you. But then some people are like, just take my kids, go do something. I'm tired, dude.
But that's on them for giving the temptation to the beast itself.
But dude, how many of these parents in LA just put their kids in Hollywood, fully knowing what they do? They're like, I just need money, you know?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
Hollywood. We don't really know. We know that the Catholic Church had a crazy amount of molestation. Hollywood has it. We find
They
out
paid a settlement
occasionally.
as of recent.
They're always going to keep paying, dude.
But
every organization at the highest levels has some weird kind of shit going on.
Like, the Catholic Church is organized, though, so you see the effects of it within this organization.
But are you
Hollywood's
Muslims?
disorganized.
Are you Muslim?
No.
But are you?
bi.
Okay. Muslims got it.
No, not gay. We're not talking about whether
Hebrews
you're
got
bi or
it.
gay.
Everyone's got some weird diddler shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if the religion that I was raised in has some weird diddler
Of
shit.
course there is,
If you're in a position of power
Yeah. Well,
to give religious information to people.
Is this a weird show for you guys? I feel like
No, this is-
I
this
always
is
come to
good.
these shows and just
No, this is exactly
muck
our
them
show.
up, and I
No,
feel
this is
bad
great.
after.
No, I love
I'm
it.
like,
We
yeah,
asked
man.
for this. We didn't invite you on and not expect this.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I always get happy. Yeah, man. It's great. It's
Hey, let
just
me
great.
ask you something. I want to hear you explain to me what you think it looked like when Pelosi and Obama forced Biden to quit. I want you to paint me a picture of that.
I mean, a lot of this is blackmail.
Yeah.
They show them tapes. They show them things. There's things he did with his daughter. There's video.
Things Biden did with his daughter?
So the real crazy shit is this, and I talked about this on Rogan, but like I did a show with a buddy of mine named Jeff Hilliard, very funny. He does really crazy music, and he produces his own music videos, and he came on my podcast to talk about it. He had an album coming out, and he told me the story. He's a sober buddy of mine, and he would do sober companionship, and he was.
That's where you like hang out with somebody.
That's where you like kick the glass dicks out of their mouth, like they're trying to smoke meth. You're like, no,
Right.
dude, you gotta get a couple days. And he was, one of his friends was one of the highest of the high escorts in Los Angeles, and she used to party with Hunter Biden.
Oh, shit.
And this was like during the Trump-Biden election. It hadn't even happened yet. The election hadn't happened yet, but she was partying with him, and he told her, he goes, and you can see this on my show 3 years ago, he's telling me this. He goes, Hunter tells her, this is what's going to happen. They're going to get my dad in, and at some point they're going to kick Biden to the side and install her in.
He said that back then.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then of course I just think she was so bad, it took longer than they wanted to. And he didn't want to give it up. But at that level, they got film on everybody. So they're like, hey dude, either you leave or we release these tapes and shit, and he has to step down. And he kept saying he didn't want to. He went on a View going, I didn't want to step down.
Yeah.
I could have won this election, which he couldn't have.
No.
But it's like, there's also some deeper plays here. So if you study like George Bush and you study Dick Cheney and how America hated them. Like when at the end of George Bush Jr.'s administration, America hated old white men. So here comes this charismatic Obama.
Yeah.
Who's charismatic.
Who's against the Iraq War that we're.
Yeah, that's what he told. And they continued everything, but that's what we're told. And like, who's he run against? John McCain, which is exactly who America hated. So we almost ran everybody to Obama, right? It's kind of weird with like Trump on this election.
And there was an economic, crisis.
Yeah.
And McCain's first thing was, I'm not really an expert on this stuff.
Yes.
And it just immediately everybody was like, you're running for president?
Yeah.
This shit's going back. And Obama's numbers just skyrocketed.
I think it's almost like that with Trump. Like people are over these like super woke leftists, and she's like giving trans and jail operations and we'll pay for it. And like everyone's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's almost like they ran everybody to
Yeah.
Trump. And there's some weird kind, because that's the games they play.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, that
so
ad's going to go down in history as like one of the most effective ads ever. They're like,
crazy shit.
She's for them. He's for us.
And then they ask her, hey, man, where did you vote on this crime bill in California? She's like, well, it's an election. I kind of want to keep it to myself. It's like, what?
What?
All you got to say, like, dude, we got to be hard on crime.
Yeah.
Problem solved. But
Yeah.
nope, dude, she's not even smart. Like, it makes you wonder if she
No, she was a
threw
bad politician.
She shouldn't have even been there.
No, they should have. If you were going to pull Biden last second, they should have had an old school Democratic convention where
You could vote on
Pete Buttigieg and all the other guys go up and go hey, to the delegates, throw your support to me, and they have an old school vote and multiple takes.
What you're talking about is democracy.
Yeah, they could have had democracy.
They should have done democracy.
Yeah, they
and let
should have
people
done it.
vote on. But they knew she was
They knew she wouldn't get it.
Listen, she was the lowest rated vice president in the history ever. And we've had Dick Cheney as a vice president, and she voted lower than him. And it's like everyone's like, they won't vote for a woman. It's like, you've given us Hillary and you've given us Kamala. I would vote in a heartbeat for Tulsi Gabbard.
Right.
In a heartbeat. But they wouldn't let her sniff it, dude. They've controlled both of it, dude. So it's interesting.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. I was like, the first female president's going to be a Republican.
And that you know
because the white men are gonna vote Republican, and you're gonna get enough women who just want to vote for history.
Yeah,
that'll vote Republican too. And
I think Tulsi Gabbard could be it. They're probably gonna run J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
Next.
Well, it depends on how the next 4 years go. The it's like the president gets credit and blame for the economy a lot of times when they don't have that much to do with it. So a lot of it is
he doesn't want Pompeo, dude. That's huge. We'll see how it goes. Listen, dude. I'm treating Trump's next 4 years like every single Las Vegas Raiders season.
Yeah.
Where I go into the season going, we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
3 weeks in, I'm like, the train's off the tracks. I'm going into it hoping and praying for greatness.
Yeah, but when you're 1-5, you're like, I'm still wearing the fucking jersey.
Oh, dude.
I'm still wearing the jersey.
I'm in a weird...
Go, why are you wearing the jersey?
I'm rooting for them to lose now, dude. Let's get Cam Ward, dog.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him.
Is Cam Ward better than Deion's kid?
I think they're both good. I just think Cam Ward is putting up NFL numbers in a better conference.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, even today, where yesterday he lost, he put up 380 and 3 touchdowns.
What's Colorado in? What conference is Colorado?
They're in like the Big 12 with Texas Tech and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'd be great, but I feel like he could even melt. I don't know. Yeah. Cam Ward is like, Miami was garbage. Of course, Colorado's garbage too. So I'd be happy with
Colorado's still not
one.
winning a lot though. They lose a lot.
They're like 7-2 or something.
Oh,
dude.
really?
So I'd take either of them. I just want one.
You know sports too?
I love sports.
Yes,
but you're a sports and conspiracy theories guy.
It's
That's
like
so much, man. I feel like it's a lot of hobbies.
I feel like once you understand conspiracies, it's not work.
Okay.
It's just like, I know what they're doing. So that's not even work. You don't have to think.
The NBA is for sure. I say it's rigged, not fixed. I say like an athlete can outperform the refs and win a game that they tried to make his team lose. But I think there's thumbs on the scale.
Oh, for sure. And the NBA's in deep shit.
What do you mean?
The ratings are down.
The ratings are down big
time. They're down 50%. Now, you can't blame it somewhat on the election because people were paying so much attention to that, but they just make the worst decisions possible. And
older people watch. Younger people are like watching it on like TikTok where they're just seeing plays and shit.
I don't watch TV anymore. My attention span is shit.
Yeah.
So I'm on Reels. So the NBA comes up on my like a dunk.
Like LaMelo Ball is a superstar among young people.
Okay.
They love LaMelo Ball.
He's a great guy. He just can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy, and they don't win much. Even when he's around, he's like a 50-50 guy. But he has fucking highlight plays, and that shit's good on TikTok.
It's just like the marketing for the NBA is bad. You want to have that nice balance between labor and ownership.
Yeah.
And I think it's gone one way too much. I don't feel like they practice it all. Like it just seems like, why basketball? Like, I'm a huge Clipper fan. Couldn't tell you what offense we run. And this has been since Doc was there. I don't know what the offense is.
Yeah.
We don't run. It's like, get yours. And I'm like, that. And when the ball's not falling, you got to run some offense. So the play isn't good. And then it's just like these ESPN shows. It's just like, I'm older than you guys, so this is going to come off as sexist, but I just don't need to hear women talk fucking NBA. I just don't need to hear it. I just like, it's like that ESPN thinks 3 chicks and a bisexual talking NBA is exciting. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't want to hear it, dude. I want to hear old dudes who play the game talk the game.
I don't mind if the host of the show is a chick.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you're a chick who's knowledgeable and then have like all the players around her, but when it's like the host is a chick and it's like some people I've never heard of from maybe a WNBA season or two, it's like,
listen,
you can bring like Cheryl Swoops in. Like if you want to bring a WNBA,
come out like a round 5 cue card.
Yeah,
that's all I want to see.
Well, if women can say I don't want mansplaining, I can say I don't want to hear women talk basketball. Right. I mean that like that's our even thing, right?
Right.
It's just like there's a reason why there are no men on The View because women are talking to women.
Right.
Right? I mean like there's women who love sports, but guys love sport. I mean like I used to have a joke about it. It's like do you
I think
love
it's really
sports?
marketing because I think they're probably like the men are gonna watch anyway, and they're obviously wrong, and they're obviously wrong
Bro,
because
100%.
the ratings are down. But I think what they're thinking is the men are gonna watch sports anyway. If we get more women, then women will watch it too. But it's like, nah, dog, just try to get more men.
Women
to
don't
watch.
like women.
Yeah.
Women don't like hearing women.
Yeah.
But you know, it just is what it is. It's just weird, dude. But you know, I love sports, bro. And I know it's all shady shit.
Yeah.
Could be rigged. I'm fine with it. It's just I need
Rachel
a break.
Nichols was good, but then they got rid of her.
Who?
Rachel Nichols.
Well, she was banging Jimmy
Jimmy Butler, yeah. She was fucking Jimmy Butler.
It's all so great.
In the bubble.
He's like, I'm just dribbling basketballs. Yeah, off her butthole.
But they were both in the. What happens in the bubble stays in the bubbles.
Yeah. Until Carl Anthony Towns called him out about banging her, and then she ended up getting fired.
Yeah.
Because that chick
and
who
I think she got
hosted.
divorced.
Yeah, I would too. But how can you blame her, dude? She's around genetic super freak millionaires.
Yeah.
Like if you're a chick, that is exactly what you want.
Yeah.
It's like us being like towel boy and a Victoria's Secret model, like.
And then somebody trying to bug us.
Yeah. What are we gonna do? Like I remember I was working at Standard and Kobe Bryant came, and bro, that guy was stunningly good looking.
Yeah.
Like you go, wow, that's a higher level of human being. And if my girlfriend called me, it was like, Kobe wants to bang. I'm like, bang, bro, bang.
Go get it. Angie said I could fuck Rihanna.
Yeah.
Angie was like, if you fucked Rihanna, I couldn't even be mad.
Is that it?
I mean, I bet it's that level.
Yeah.
You know, if it's like if Beyonce wanted to lick on my balls, I don't think she'd be like, oh, you know.
But
That's all? That's all she can do is lick on your balls, that's it? And then that's it, get out.
imagine be like,
She's
my
a married
girlfriend will only
woman.
let you lick my balls.
Yeah, that's
What?
all I got permission.
That's all. That's all you can
That's the hall pass.
You can have
I got.
one
do.
lick.
Just fucking work my nuts.
You can have one lick.
Just work my nuts. Hey, Beyonce, just work my nuts.
But it's so funny because like you could make a list of like these are the celebrities I can bang, and you have no chance. Your girlfriend can make a list, and there could be a shot.
good chance. Yeah.
There's a chance
Yeah.
if everything lines up.
That's how good we are as men. There's always a chance.
There's always a chance some celebrity.
He's just down to
I'm
fuck
so
down.
dumb that I only recently realized that Beyonce's album was called Lemonade because Jay-Z cheated on her, and it was like she took lemons and made lemonade.
Is that what that really is?
Yeah.
That's fuck.
That
Yeah.
whole group is shady, bro.
Oh, dude, let's
Like
talk about that.
Beyonce's
Let's talk about
nuts,
Beyonce and
bro.
Jay-Z and the Diddy stuff and what's going to happen there.
dude.
Oh, yeah, the
She's
Tell us the
into
news from 6 months
dark
from now.
occult, bro. She's like, there's people have started churches after her. And dude, you can find these sizzle reels where people are up for awards against her.
Yeah, and then
they all have to kiss the ring if they win.
I've seen those.
Beyonce's the greatest. I can't believe I beat Beyonce. She deserves this award way more than me. And if you don't, you like disappear.
Right. Have you heard the conspiracy theory that Kanye saved Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, that Taylor wasn't gonna congratulate Beyonce or thank Beyonce, so Kanye ran up and said Beyonce had the best album ever to take the pressure off of Taylor and save Taylor's life.
No.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Oh, you want to hear the craziest Beyonce conspiracy?
What? Here's half.
The craziest one is that Jay-Z had a side piece named Kate something, and she got pregnant, right? Mm-hmm. And Beyonce basically waited till she had a baby after, and that's her kid. And because there's a scene where Beyonce sits down, I forget, was it Wendy Williams or Ellen DeGeneres, where she's pregnant, right? She says and then she sits down and it folds like a pillow. like it dents into the baby. And you're like, and the way she sits down, because like you see pregnant women, they're like, she just sits right
She's
down.
fine.
Yeah, dude. And then she sings a song about some chick and blood, and you spilled your blood. Dude, it's really crazy. It's really nuts.
Oh man, who's in the Illuminati? You think? Oh, I can't say that out loud. Come on now.
I mean, dude, it's weird, bro. It's like really.
It exists, definitely.
Oh, for sure. Secret societies, all that shit, handshakes.
Secret societies for sure exist.
Yeah, the Illuminati is like the deeper part of Freemasonry, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's like
You see Freemason buildings
Freemasonry,
all over the place in every city.
Kabbalistic mysticism. There's all
Shriners.
these groups. Yeah, dude. I think they're all in there, dude. Everybody's into it. And usually it's like, you know, the P. Diddy shit, the Jeffrey Epstein shit. It's like there's like certain rituals you got to do to get to that super high level. Like my girl, like Dana, you know Dana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dana, like P. Diddy, like she hated conspiracies. And then the P. Diddy shit came and now she can't stop sending me conspiracy videos. Right? It's like really crazy. And one thing she's talked about is how she's like, where's Kevin Hart been? Nobody knows where Kevin Hart is. You never see him. You used to see him everywhere. Now you don't see him.
The last time we saw him was the roast.
Right? You haven't seen him shit since the P. Diddy shits came out.
Whoa. So he's just in hiding?
I mean, where is he, dude? Like he was everywhere. I think you might see him on a couple commercials still, but he's not like he's
His Hard House restaurants all shut down. All of his Hard House restaurants shut down.
I used to have a joke about oppression math and how like when you walk to a stage, the crowd calculates how much your people are oppressed, and based upon that is what they'll let you get away with. And the top of the food chain is a fat black gay midget, right? And I used to go, look at Kevin Hart. He's only 2 of those, but after Cat Williams, he might be 3 of those, dog. And it's like super interesting. Like I had big name comedians talking to me, big name comedians out of New York, pull me aside going, what's up with Kevin Hart, dude? Where's he right now? Wow. What's going on there? Because you see all these videos of Kevin Hart and P. Diddy.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Kevin Hart in 15, 20 years. I haven't talked to him. He was the nicest guy then. But, bro, that dude was I remember watching him blow up, and all of everything he was doing was bombing. And then suddenly just, boom, he's everywhere. He's on the Shaq thing.
Yeah.
Shaq's All-Stars, that's what blew him up.
What if the key to success is, giving your pussy up to fucking P. Diddy?
Yeah.
Dude, 100%. That's what we're saying.
Whoa.
Right? Well, that's what we're saying.
I'm not ready, dude.
Well,
I'm not
Cat
ready.
Williams said he's like he wasn't willing to wear a dress, and Kevin Hart was.
Well, there's guys who said they've done weird shit with Cat Williams. There's that one guy, Orlando Brown, I think is his name. He said he's done weird shit with him. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
How
But
do you
it
get
seems
to
like
that
Cat
highest
Williams,
level?
It seems like Cat Williams did at some point stop.
Yes.
And told us before the Diddy stuff came out, like, hey, you have to stop at some point.
Super smart marketing. He was about to do an arena tour, and he just said, burn it all.
Yeah.
He was like the Joker, here we go, right? And he just set everything on fire.
That fucking Shay Shay, it's got like 70 million, something crazy
Oh, it's the
amount
greatest
of views.
interview ever. It's so good. It's it's so funny. My favorite part though isn't even about Diddy. It's where he's talking about how he has a female blunt roller, and he says Snoop Dogg has men rolling blunts for him, so he's ingesting male saliva.
It's so weird.
I only ingest female saliva. That's like how homophobic. Like something gay happened to him that made him be so homophobic.
The super homophobic
Because he got
guys
injected with a
are
male
super
dick.
gay.
Yeah, dude, you have to be. It's like the Senator
Snoop
Craig.
Dogg's interesting, dude.
What fucking
right.
you about on Snoop?
Well, Snoop Dogg. So when sometimes you'll study these people and they have like a court case where they catch an accusation that mysteriously goes away, and then they're kind of controlled through that, right? So Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder.
Right.
And they had him. And somehow he got off. And if you study him, he's kind of been like whenever they got. So there's this group called the Skull and Bones, right? Uh-huh. They're out of like Harvard or Yale.
Yeah.
And it's like all the presidents are from there, right? Yeah. All the presidents. And, but the rule is black people can't join it. So there's another group called the Boule. And the Boule is the black version of the Skull and Bones. And
is that like at a Morehouse or?
I don't know where it's at, but so if you study LeBron James, if you look up Boule symbol, he's got it tattooed on his chest.
Like a fucking warrior, dude.
Yeah, a giant Boule symbol, which is like a double-headed lion or with wings. So, what was the point of that? Oh, so these Boule, they're used when they have to kind of herd everybody back. So when Kanye goes nuts, all these guys come out and they're like, "Hey, dude, you gotta get back in line." And
right.
That I mean, think about
Middle Eastern people have that too, like Boule. We have his Boule.
Hezbollah.
God damn it.
Well done. This guy punny over here.
God damn him.
But if you like, if you study like what happened to Kanye and all that stuff, but like Snoop Dogg's interesting because like everyone like that guy's gangster, but he does the most corporate shit.
Oh yeah.
Now he's like Mr. T-Mobile.
But he's been doing that forever. Think about
the first album. It was that first album that Murder Was the Case was on, and then after that he went very. He also saw everybody dying around him too. Though.
I always said Ice Cube is the Larry the Cable Guy of gangster rap. Like he's just playing a character. That's not who he is.
He was like, wasn't
Same
he like
thing with Dre. Dre is like that too, dude. He like, have you? I forget the song, but there's a funny ass song when you know that Dr. Dre isn't a gangbanger and he's just like a power bottom, and you listen to the lyrics and it just sounds like a 14-year-old kid from Iowa trying to write the toughest lyrics. It's so creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cock and need these. Soon as I sweat, seemed I got sweated by with a Tech 9 trying. Dude, none of that happened, bro. And it's just like if you ask AI to write the craziest gangster rap lyrics, he just totally made it. Well, like the Gaudy boy. Like, dude, it's such made up bullshit. It's so funny when you listen to it.
Well, DOC wrote all of that for Dre.
Yeah, but it's still.
And what's funny is like Eazy was a real gang member.
Yeah.
And he and Ice Cube wrote all of his stuff too because he didn't know how to write stuff. Like gang members aren't like artists.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But he was just Ice Cube was a lyricist.
Yeah.
But he was from a 2-family household and his parents both worked for the city.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a gangbanger.
Yeah.
Like that is all CIA op right there to push gangster rap on everybody. So but Snoop Dogg's like right there with him, dude. It's like super interesting. Now he's like this guy's a gangbanger on trial for murder, owned a porn line, owned a weed line, and he's like
he pimped women
hosting
too.
pimped women, and he's hosting the Nickelodeon Awards.
Yeah.
Like, what are we fucking talking about here?
Yeah, how did that happen?
That's all going on his plaque. All of that. I pimped women.
Dude,
how did he miss? Me Too just completely missed him too.
Because he's controlled.
Snoop, baby.
Yeah. He's controlled.
Yeah.
Like they need him.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's Uncle Snoop. He could sell stuff to a particular niche group of audience. You know what I mean?
And they could send him out to herd people back in. The Me Too movement was a giant psyop started by like the intelligence agency, the CIA, and it was all done to cause a war between men and women. And it's just like they were all upset about how white actresses were being treated on set, but they didn't care about any of the pedophilia stuff.
Right.
They were all super quiet.
I mean,
yeah.
Fuck them kids.
This is a weird episode.
And I think it was a response to.
I feel like I don't shut up.
I think it was also a response to the Trump getting elected right after the
starting a war to piss off women again,
and to like grab him by the pussy, and then they just assumed that this guy's gonna lose after he said grab him by the pussy, and then when he beat everybody, they were like. All right, we got a knit pink hat, and we got a fucking...
I'm convinced the whole Chris D'Elia thing was just a gateway to get to Callan, which was a gateway to get to Joe Rogan's lieutenants. When they tried to take him down with the N-word video and nothing happened, they went mob and they started taking out lieutenants. That's what the mobs do. They never go after the bosses. They always go after the lieutenants. So when they went after Joey Diaz, I'm like, oh, this is orchestrated. You're going after a guy who openly talks about kidnapping people because he said some jokes about the belly room.
Yeah.
Nobody sucked Joey Dick's egg roll to get belly room spots back when it was dead. Dude.
Yeah.
It was a cemetery up there in the belly room.
Yeah, it's called
Nobody
comedy.
was fucking sucking that egg roll. It's like so crazy, dude. Weird show. Sorry, guys.
No, it's been great.
This is fantastic. Are you kidding me? Oh, fucking, that's amazing.
It's so funny. Did I already say this? I had a T-shirt that I made when Tinfoil Hat started, and it was called "The Revolution Will Be Podcasted." And look at what happened, dude.
Yeah.
Straight.
Everyone needs it now. It's oversaturated. It's a necessity. So I feel like people who don't even want to do podcasts for the sake of having a podcast.
Yeah, but there's too much, but there's still not enough. Like, people are consumed with their phone. I'm 52. I just keep refreshing it. I need new content.
I'll close my Instagram to then go, then again, open my Instagram.
Yeah.
You go, I got to get off this. I wonder what it's up to.
You want to see some crazy shit?
Yeah.
Log out of your Instagram and then see what Instagram presents to you. It's a different alternative reality. There's some people that think algorithms are the new Tower of Babel, which is like, if you study the Tower of Babel.
I don't know what that is.
The Tower of Babel is when the fallen angels created a tower to go to war with God. God just sent them all, scattered them all over the world, and they had them all speak foreign languages. That's where foreign languages come from, so people couldn't communicate with each other. Well, now if you study algorithms, everyone lives in their own reality. Your algorithm's different than your algorithm's different from yours, mine, and we all get different data points. So like we like, there's people out there like, I can't believe Kamala lost. She was like, It was all set to win. And you're like, I can't believe that anyone thought you, because we're just getting different data now.
Yeah. I miss having vague commercials. Every commercial is something that I want.
It's so specific.
Everything's specific to me, and that pisses me off.
If you're agreeing with everybody on your timeline, then you're stuck in an algorithm.
Yeah, it sucks.
Right?
Yeah,
if you're not hearing alternative stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how it is, dude. Like, you're not going to hear anything you don't like, and they're going to force feed you what you want to hear to enforce what you believe.
Well, that's why somebody who's, let's say, Turkish is going to have a completely different view on the genocide as somebody who's Armenian.
Right, 100%.
They're in their own bubble,
but it's also
and they're
what they're
being told
taught culturally.
they're being taught that lies. And
like that fat ass Sink at Young Turks. Like, he only now admitted that it was a genocide.
Really?
He literally started a show called The Young Turks, and then Anna Kasparian, who's an Armenian's on there, which is like blasphemy. Like, my family, my grandfather saw his whole entire family get slaughtered because they were from the village of Van, which is now in Turkey. And if he hadn't gone to imagine running for your life from Armenia to Detroit to feel safer, but that's what happened, dude. And
so they opened up a pizza shop. They're good.
No, actually, my great grandfather was very smart. He bought land next to the Ford factory, and he charged for parking.
Fuck, that's very smart.
Yeah, dude, very. But it's like, it's just, people don't understand it. My favorite subject is hidden history. Like, the history you're taught is a giant lie. Mm-hmm. It's not real. There's like, actually, it's way cooler and interesting than you would ever want to know. The idea that we were just monkeys in a cave, I think it's total bullshit.
What do you think?
Have you ever seen?
We are the retarded children of fucking giants, dude. Like, there are multiple civilizations that have been wiped away over and over and over again.
We're retarded giants?
No, the giants were smart. We're retards.
Okay.
And we got smaller and more retarded?
Yeah. And that's just how it goes. Like, you study Nephilim giants, like fallen angels, like, you'll go to some fucking... some
How do
site
you study
somewhere.
fallen angels?
Well, just start, dude. You want to watch some fucking great stuff? Go on this YouTube page called On My Lunch Break. It breaks down like how like You want how there's all this old architecture that makes no sense? Like from the stories that they tell you for what it is, it doesn't even make sense. And it just lets you know that there were civilizations already here. Like the Egyptians didn't build the pyramids. They just moved in and then said it was theirs. Kind of like bears in Michigan moving into empty houses. And they're like, this is my cave. You're like, no, somebody built that.
Right.
And it's like crazy. And it's just like, who knows how old civilization is? And there's just lost civilization.
You don't think that it's like, what's it? The apes ate mushrooms, and then that made their brains.
That shit.
No,
I don't believe any of that. I believe fallen angels came here and inserted their DNA.
Fallen angels or aliens?
I think aliens are angels and demons, and that they're just telling you that they're aliens because they want you to disconnect from God. When you study conspiracies always lead to spirituality.
Oh, okay.
Every time.
Well, what do you consider yourself spiritually?
I am a follower of Christ. I'm not an organized religion guy. So my basic thing is God above all God, Jesus in my soul, and love thy neighbor, which is really hard because my neighbors are fucking assholes. And today I'm like, I'm not going to fight with these guys anymore. I'm going to be nice people, dude. I'm going to be nice to them. And I think that's the basics, dude. Love thy neighbor. All the hate in the world just goes against that one teaching, which is love thy neighbor, dude. You know, of all these religions. But, dude, you can get in some crazy ass shit, dude. Like, I had this guy on Jay Dyer, and he was a friend of mine, and he was telling me about, like, the British intelligence and their influence on, like, the Middle East. That basically Israel and Saudi Arabia are just British Empire outposts that they control the Middle East. And if you study like the House of Saud, the first like king of the House of Saud was installed, and he was a British spy.
Oh wow!
Like you don't know any of that. All of the borders in all of the Middle East.
It makes sense because I remember learning about the Saud family being given just an insane amount of wealth and in exchange for the deal to exploit to buy the oil.
If you control Saudi Arabia, you can control Mecca and you control Islam.
Yeah.
And then when you have like Queen Elizabeth going, I'm related to Muhammad.
She said that?
She said that while she's a direct relation to Muhammad and to Val the Impaler, who everyone considers Dracula. That's what we're talking about. Fallen angels coming down, creating human. It's like crazy ass shit. Dude.
That's wild.
Fucking
dude.
It's the best.
Anyway, dude, you've been honestly a fantastic. What's the podcast? What's your? It's Tinfoil Hat, right?
So if I could push anything, dude, I'll push Tinfoil Hat. You can listen to whatever you want. Push Broken Simulation, which is my comedy podcast where I just do comedy. I'm not talking conspiracies. Once in a while we get political.
You did a little mix here where I appreciate that. You did Comedy Store up front, and then
I love talking comedy. I love it. It's an art, and it's just like I love it so much. I have a comic book called The Chaos Twins, and it's based off my children, where it's like you teach kids about conspiracies. And it's like there's so much weirdness in kid stuff now. Like my kids are after they get all their work done, they've done all their activities, they like to sit on their pad, and you got to watch like what is.
Do you eat your vegetables?
Yeah.
No conspiracy theories until you eat your vegetables.
These kids don't eat shit, bro. I can't get them. You can't hit them anymore. So they don't eat shit.
Chicken
Sorry,
tenders?
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, brother.
And then I got just check out my special. Why is everybody getting quiet? The feedback has been really great.
Yeah.
It's almost up to 200. It's almost to 250,000 views, which for me is great because I'm shadow banned on Rumble and Twitter. I didn't even put it on YouTube. It's because I'd just be depressed when everyone's getting millions of views and I got 30,000. I'm just gonna feel like such a piece of shit. So I just put it on where I'm wanted, and those other things. It's called Why Is Everybody Getting Quiet? Everything's SamTripoli.com. If you go to whitenigga.com, that's my website too. So go check that out.
Is that really your website?
Yeah, put it in right now.
Damn it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, dude.
And you also run Comedy Chaos.
Comedy Chaos, trying to
Amazing
sell
show.
tickets at the comedy store is getting harder and harder.
It's like pulling fucking. We do it in the belly room.
Yeah.
And it's like pulling fucking teeth.
Pulling fucking teeth. Comedy's in a weird place in LA. That's why I just did like nightcap, small room, 30 people.
It's not
We
really
need
like
more of
pulling
those.
fucking teeth, because if you offered to pull teeth for free, you'd probably get a bunch of people coming in.
Yeah, this one hurts. Come get it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
you know, there was a time where everyone was giving away free tickets and you're just training people not to
Yeah.
pay for comedy.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not do
Yeah.
it than give away free tickets.
Yeah.
I don't need to get paid, but you need to make it value. You
Yeah.
have to
You're
go,
right.
because like we had this
Yeah.
naughty show and it was the greatest show ever.
It was awesome.
Like as great as Comedy Chaos is, the naughty show was the greatest show I've ever produced.
Yeah, like
It was
Showgirls.
a multimedia adult variety show. And this is back when everybody wanted to be Seinfeld. Like everyone was trying to do observational, clean stuff, which is great. But I was a dirty comic from the jump. I always was talking about, and I'm a filthy drug addict, knuckle dragger, and I wanted to talk about that on stage, but people get weird. So I'm like, so I got asked to do this, and I'll wrap it up here, but I got asked to do this Vivid Video comedy tour, and I would just crush. I'm like, this is my crowd. How do I get that? So I'm like, I'm going to do a comedy show where I can do dirty comedy, and I'll keep people away who don't like dirty comedy by booking porn stars on there. So the porn stars would keep all the well, I don't like dirty comedy, and it
Right.
just would crush. It was like New Year's Eve every night. We would do
Yeah.
this at the Improv. People would come, we were setting up New Year's Eve numbers and drinks. Everyone's partying, everyone's getting laid, and it was a multimedia. We would do sketches, stand up, stripper poles. It was the fucking best.
Yeah.
But at the time, LA trained everybody not to pay for comedy. So the minute I move it over to the comedy store, they're like, you got to charge. People didn't want to go because I trained them for forever to get to not pay for this amazing show.
Yeah.
Charge $20, put them on a guest list, but tell them you got to pay or got to buy one ticket, get one free. You got to train people to see you. And you'd rather have 20 people paying for a show
Yeah.
than 50 people not paying for a show. Because they just
Yeah.
don't respect it. When they put money on, it's like the higher up you go in comedy, the easier the gig gets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't realize that.
Yeah.
But it's easier. If you're playing a theater show, they shelled $100, they're gonna laugh at anything.
Yeah.
They want to laugh. It's
Yeah.
the open mic that's death.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a great game. Thank you very much. We
Thank you,
appreciate
dude.
that.
Anytime. You guys are crushing it. You guys are so funny. It's fun to watch. And
Appreciate you.
it's
Thank you, Sam.
you guys are doing great shit, dude. It's fun to watch the young guys.
Saul Comedy for me at saulcomedy.com. You check the dates there. Hormoz.
At Not Hormones, and I'm shadow banned on Not Hormones. So check out at Hormoz Comedy. Hormoz Comedy, it's a pro-Israel comedy page.
Shouts out to Bo. Shouts out to Drew. Shouts out to Joel. That's been the Dogs of Browntown. We
Peace.
appreciate y'all. Later.